Okay, so we have Claude Code here on the max plan. We have the OAuth option, and we can ask it questions. So we are going to ask, I want to build a small project. It's going to be Shopper. Let's say this. And I want to, don't know what the architecture should look like. What are my options? My typing has deteriorated a lot over the past months as I do a lot of prompting. So here, a grocery app. Before I sent Sage off, what platform? So we'll do a, what shall I do? We'll do a web only for now. How many people use the app? Let's say we'll make a public product because we don't want it to just be some prototype. We want it to actually work. We want to do serverless. Maybe we want to learn something about this. So what are the serverless options? What are the upsides of Firebase versus Cloudflare and Vercel? And then what tech stack? Well, I think for this one we'll not do Rust. We'll take TypeScript with React. So one of the things that's really useful to do is to pick the stack that it's really trained a lot at. So web is really good. TypeScript is really good. Using Tailwind in your projects, it's really good. React in your projects, it's really good. Because there's so many public repositories out there and the models have been trained on it. So they know the good projects and how good quality code works and the patterns that are used a lot and so on. And so this training will really help. So it helps to not go out of the way of what it's trained at and try some really new technology. It's actually, if you want to be very effective, use a technology that already knows to reason about very well. So Sage is giving us some output here. It says different dimensions and then the 3 products that we asked for. So it's combining Vercel and Supabase, and it says what the costs are and so on. And it's going to say best for ship fastest, validate the idea, balanced, real database, low lock-in. I wouldn't say low lock-in with Vercel, but okay. Actually, it's using Supabase, so that's why it says no low lock-in. So, and then we have Cloudflare Workers, which is cheapest at scale, most elegant, highest upfront effort. Okay, so we'll go with the Cloudflare Workers one because I like Cloudflare. It says YJS. I haven't used that before. True offline ideal textbook CRDT use case. CRDT. Okay, so I have no idea what CRDT is. So what is CRDT? So this is really important, that everything you don't know, just learn it. You can supercharge yourself, learn new things all the time. You're not forced to answer a question. Like you see, this had nothing to do with the question. It'll ask the question again. And so it says conflict-free replicated data type. Still don't know what that is. So think of it like Google Docs for data. Multiple Google can edit the same thing, even offline. Okay. So that is a conflict-free replicated data type. Okay, cool. So we'll go with Cloudflare. I think because of more attention on the Cloudflare this time around, it was the second option. And so it says kick off the building of it. Where should we create this project? Yes. What is the name of the project? Let's do groceries. Let's do an MVP. So here's another tricky option. So if you build an MVP first, then it will actually be much harder to add in all of the features that it might already one shot immediately. So in this case, in many cases actually, it's really good to use a planning tool for the larger parts. So if you have a large change or a large feature, you want to have a lot of detail and talk about what you want to build exactly. So that's about asking the agents. So you want to teach yourself and always ask the agents what should I do? What's the way to do it? How does that work? What are the options? And so on. So you want to really ask it all the things that you don't know so that you skill up more. And then ideally, you would not completely isolate. You would also talk about the decisions that you're making and why you're making them and what you think is important and how the product should work with your colleagues or with your friends.